Hello gamers, Pet here, welcome to another video. It's 29 September 2020, it's Tuesday I believe, and today we're going to have a look at a really nice game that has been implemented for PC and Mac. It's called Wingspan, and I'm already into the game because I just want to show you how beautiful the game looks and feels. And I love it when developers are able to do this. Like, I've played way too many, or I tried to play way too many implementation of board games on PC that simply are ugly. Why go 3D? Why have bad sound effects? Just, you already have some of the art in the, board game itself. Just hire an illustrator to draw some UI, make it 2D and whatnot, and just be done with it. But the game has, very good polishing, and so the music is beautiful. It's just simply, and I'm just happy. I would just put it like that. I'm a simple man. I'm happy. Now, in case you don't know, Wingspan is a board game. I first found about it 1 year ago on Board Game Geek. I saw it was kind of like trending, and I saw that it has a pretty good rating. And right now it's on the 20th spot, I believe. And I was a bit amazed about the theme, like birds. Why make a board game about birds? But then I was like, why not? I mean, it's a perfectly nice theme. You can play this with children, and then, I mean, I don't know what's the age group of the board game, but you can play it maybe with a 10-year-old, and he will learn something about birds. And maybe if you are not playing this with children, we can play it each other, like, and we are learning something about birds, and that's great because learning about stuff, it's great. And so far I actually kind of ignore birds. Like, I am fascinated by some of them, but the birds that surround me are mostly pigeon, and pigeons suck. I mean, the ability of a bird is to fly, and yet I see pigeons hit my car all the time. I hate pigeons. I hate pigeons with all my life. But anyway, one thing to mention, the game is about 15 euros. That's okay. A small downside is that if I want to play it with you, you also need to purchase the game. While in real life, with a board game, like, only one dude comes with the board game, right? So I'm kind of like, how am I going to convince you, my friend, to also buy this so we can play it together? It's a little bit like, it doesn't matter that much, but it's something to take into consideration. However, you can play this game with Steam Remote Play, and that's great. Where basically I'm playing the game on my PC, I'm inviting you with Remote Play, and basically that guy is going to, I'm just setting up the game as custom, and I'm putting human, and whenever that human around is using Remote Play, that guy is going to take control of the PC. And then he's going to make his moves and so on. So there are solutions. Not only that, there is an implementation of online play, and there is a Discord group, and you can just go there and find people to play with. There are a lot of strategies that I'm still discovering with this game. So I'm still afraid to go online. So I only been playing with the PC and so on. And another thing that I want to show is the languages. So it's English, Polski, Deutsch, Espanol, Portuguese, Chinese, Russian, no, that was Japanese, this is Chinese if I remember correctly, Italiano, Korean, and back on English. So this is also another good job by the developers. Again, what you can do in this game, you can play with AI, you can play with Automa. In case you don't know, board games have special rules designed to be able so you can play them solo. But in order for them to work, they need to create a special set of rules on how the AI is behaving. Right, so in a way you are doing what the AI is supposed to do, and you are playing versus those game rules. Basically, they've done the implementation of Automa in the game. One thing that I don't like is that I cannot see somewhere in the game on how it does something else. I cannot see what Automa is doing, how is he going to play, what are his rules, so I know what to expect, because there is no manual about Automa in the game. I should probably just go on Board Game Geek and so on and find out. The tutorial has also been so. I mean, it was okay. I haven't looked at games, and I've learned kind of to play the game right now. I'm exploring birds and tactics and so on, but I feel like maybe that didn't give me kind of like an overall on how to play the game. like what's the purpose of the game. Like more or less the purpose of the game is for you to get more points, and you get more points by playing on those rounds. I'm not going to go over how to play the game. There are actually really good videos about how to play the game, the board game itself, and you are applying those rules here. But basically the game is split into 4 rounds. Each round is shorter than the other, and each round has kind of like an objective. And then you basically get points by the number. Cities is 5 points. Those are points. This one is 4 points. You also get points for you also get, so for example, the total score is like birds in habitats, which means birds that you have played. Bonus cards, you have some special bonus cards that you keep in your hand, which are long-term goals. Like those are short-term goals for each round, right? And those are random each time you start the game. But you also have those bonus cards, which I can actually show you. Those are 2 bonus cards that I've drew, and I need to pick one. This is right at the beginning of the game. And I can, for example, birds that eat this type of fruit. If I have 2 to 3 birds, I get 3 points. If I have plus 4 birds, I get 7 points. So that's kind of, so any bird with that symbol, that bird may also eat other kinds of food, so you are not limited. So this is something to take into consideration, right? Then you also get points by end of round goals, which is those rounds that I've speaked about. You are kind of competing with each other. It's not really super important for you to win each round, but it helps. Eggs, and then caged food. Some birds can allow them to cage food, like you put, how they stock food basically. And then you also have tucked cards. There are also birds that you can tuck cards beneath them, and it's also another way to get points. And this is kind of it. It goes, I mean, it's not that fast, but it's 30 to 40 minutes, I guess, and that's nice. And the way it goes is that on this habitat you draw cards, in this habitat you draw eggs, in this habitat you get food, and then on each of those rounds, I can't see the round, on each of those rounds you take one action, right? So you kind of need to plan each round. Like, I only have like 3 rounds left, and I want to go for the objective, which tells me that to have eggs on eggs with this type of, for example, right now I might choose some birds with this type of nest, because it's going to give me points if I put eggs on them, right? So in kind of the last round, the last turn in the round, I want to lay eggs, but I only have 2 more rounds. How I can efficientize to play more cards or lay eggs or get food so I can play birds, right? And so on. So yeah, it's kind of a nice balance. And let me actually show you, whenever you play the game, let's go to main menu. Whenever you play the game and you play a bird, basically you are also unlocking birds that you are able to see here. Like, for example, you have the mallard, which tells you that you draw 1 card when activated. It's telling you more about the birds, and it's telling you where they live, and then you can click play.
Mallard. Mallards are among the most abundant ducks in the world.
So again, you learn stuff about stuff in general. I like I like learning things when playing video games. This is one of the reasons why Civilization is one of my favorite series, and this is, since I played the first game, I started to learn about history, and I still like to read about history and so on. So you see, it's a nice environment to have some fun and still learn a little bit, like stuff. Grasshopper, sparrow. Nice. This is chirping sparrow. I was kind of expecting those to be like in Europe, because we have the sparrows, the classic sparrow. I'm sure that it is in the game, but I haven't played it. We have a lot of sparrows here in my town, or my country actually, and they are everywhere. So anyway, this was a short look at the game called Wingspan. Really props to the developer for doing a really nice implementation. It's a fun game to play with friends. I love the team, so yeah, and I guess this is it. It's like I'm not sure for how, like, it's like the 6th, 7th, 8th time when I'm trying to record this, and I've already done a video which was 1 hour long, so yeah, I need to get back into this, trying to make videos more often. Anyway, hopefully you found this video enjoyable, useful. So see you soon. Goodbye. Bye.